So where's the next mask?
Not here. If these chuckle nuts weren't punching holes in reality, we could open our own rifts. For now, we're stuck taking the long route. But I sense another rift around here somewhere.
Friends, I have a fun little game for you to play. I've got a reward for the clever bandicoots who can reach my testing grounds, but you'll have to defeat my deadly, diabolical creations along the way.
Crash Bandicoot 4 walkthrough, we are going to be using yet another one of the tiki masks that we rescued, so this will be Dark Matter Spin, and this is something that's challenging, but only because it's really weird. The more that you play with these masks, the better you get at them, so they don't really become as hard later on as they do early on. This one in particular, though, is probably the weirdest out of all of them. It changes your platforming mechanics, while the other masks generally don't. You have to platform while doing something else, but you still have the same controls. This one gives you totally new controls, because you start spinning, which can destroy anything. It is still not immune to TNT or Nitro, though, but it can destroy anything, even those boxes that before you had to slam on. It'll destroy those just fine, and it also lets you jump much further. So when you start spinning, you can jump once, and you get your 2 jumps, and that way you can actually double jump pretty dang far, and we're going to see that later on. Sadly, I died there. I died once before I could get to that. So we're going to have to jump over some of these lily pads, which some of them will eat you if you try not to. Embryo, that is the next boss we're going to be going after. He has a couple of these, like speakers, I guess, laying around, and if you hit them, kind of like with Engine and his speakers, he'll stop talking to you, which is kind of strange that that was a thing with the first 2 bosses, but later on, spoiler alert, that doesn't really come up anymore. And this is going to be kind of a sideways level sometimes. We're going to have a lot of TNT and then a ton of Nitro here. So I think you're supposed to Dark Matter Spin over that. I just double jumped after blowing up the Nitro. Once we finally get here, I don't really know, right there where Crash had like the question mark over his head. That happens pretty frequently. I never did quite figure out what that was about. Maybe if I played the game more. So there's another thing with green magic. Some enemies are going to glow, or they're going to shoot green magic. Dark matter can deflect that, and we're going to see that more in this level, of course, and later levels in the game. And for now, we'll just want to be really patient, let the TNT explode without us being near it, and there's going to be these lamps that shoot this dark matter. And the best way to stay immune to that is just to spin, do your dark matter spin, and you can spin the magic back into those lamps to destroy them, but we're just going to go ahead here to the checkpoint. And now we're going to do our dark matter spin and do some pretty dang long jumps. So we may have to do a double jump here, yes, and then we can kind of give ourselves a mini checkpoint here. If you want to immediately fall down, you just drop out of the spin, and then we're going to jump over here and do the same thing. Keep an eye on that circle. And I just decided to keep going. I'm not going to risk it, getting out of my spin there. I'm going to hit the TNT box and then try to go here. And then we can make it to these lily pads. I don't think there's a checkpoint for a pretty dang long time. This might be an area for a pity checkpoint, so if you die a bunch of times, that might give you one here. But for now, we go pretty far without a checkpoint. So it's going to be a whole lot of lily pads, ones that are going to be eating you, and it's going to be pretty weird timing. You want to make sure you can actually get across them before they automatically chop you up there. And once we're finally over here, we should be able to avoid some of the magic that'll be blasting at us inside of those places. There's a bonus level there if you want to give yourself a mini checkpoint of sorts, but there's also a real checkpoint not far out of there. So then we're going to get another dark matter spin, and we can use the dark matter spin to blow up boxes very easily. And then we're just going to jump on over to the left side here. You could go on the right if you don't want to get these boxes. It'll be a little bit easier. Here there's a lot of TNT and Nitro, and I unfortunately did not destroy any of the Nitro with that magic. Usually I would get 1 or 2 of those when I was attempting this, so that was kind of sad, but that's okay. We'll just get the boxes with TNT and then jump over here, and we'll stay in our dark matter spin just to kill that guy. Try to get that TNT, do another jump. We'll do a really quick double jump to get up that one. And then we'll have to go across these lily pads, and there's another box pretty high up on the right and in the middle, kind of on the left-ish there. So both of those you will have to hit with dark matter, and you can come back and hit those if you miss them. I think I get them both first try. Let's see, I do not get that one, but I don't think I cared anymore. I was not really going for 100% for these anyway. And then we can drop onto these lily pads, which I don't think those ones move. These ones with the teeth definitely do. Somehow survived that. Awesome. I don't think those ones move much, though. And then we can reach the end of the level.